In today's video, we will continue with Orson Scott Card's Enderverse, namely its second entry, the 382-page strong Speaker for the Dead. Although I should add that the novels that constitute the wider Enderverse have a somewhat peculiar reading order. Speaker for the Dead, having been published just a year after Ender's Game, namely in 1986, is not a direct continuation, and there are more than half a dozen novels that are set between the events of Ender's Game and Speaker for the Dead. However, the intricacies of how to read the Enderverse will be discussed in a later video and not now, since this is an issue that will affect more than a single book. Regarding the semi-objective metrics, Speaker for the Dead scores somewhere in the lower end of the sci-fi Mohs scale, while not fully embracing science fantasy tropes. One interesting aspect in Speaker for the Dead is the existence of faster-than-light or FTL communication without FTL travel, which results in a form of interstellar colonization that is somewhat unique. Hence, the scale of the narrative universe in Speaker for the Dead expands what we have experienced in Ender's Game. However, at the same time, due to both novels being quite disconnected in terms of their respective setting, as we will surely discuss in more detail later, the score for vastness of the narrative universe remains in a middle position. Speaker for the Dead can repeat the originality and unique storytelling that we experienced in Ender's Game, with its very own set of twists and surprisingly clever plot points. Thus, it can stand on its own and does not rely on the laurels of its preceding novel in this regard. The dramatis personae in Speaker for the Dead sports a somewhat smaller cast of characters, although it still reaches a level in the middle of the range. Speaker for the Dead surpassed Ender's Game in critical acclaim, garnering 7 nominations and securing victory in 6 prestigious awards. Among its accolades are the Hugo Award, Nebula Award, Locus Award, Kurt Laßwitz Preis, SF Chronicle Award and Prix Cosmos 2000. Its popular reception is also evidenced by a respectable combined score of 4.2 out of 5 stars based on hundreds of thousands of reviews on aggregators such as Goodreads, LibraryThing and Amazon. Speaker for the Dead was adapted together with other novels of the series as a graphic novel in the early 2010s. Even though some fans anticipated a movie adaptation, Orson Scott Card replied to this point, and I quote, "Speaker for the Dead is unfilmable. It consists of talking heads interrupted by moments of excruciating and unwatchable violence. Now I admit there's plenty of unwatchable violence in film, but never attached to my name. Speaker for the Dead, I don't want it to be filmed. I can't imagine it being filmed." So there is that. The plot of Speaker for the Dead takes place roughly 3000 years after the events of Ender's Game. Hence, the following plot synopsis does contain some spoilers related to the first novel. You have been warned, thus proceed with caution. After the formic species eradication, humanity, using near light speed travel, establishes interstellar colonies. And Ender Wiggin, on a voyage to the stars, along with his sister Valentine, ages slowly through relativistic travel. Ender, under the pseudonym Speaker for the Dead, writes the book The Hive Queen, ultimately leading to a shift in societal opinion regarding the formics and their demise. In addition, Peter Wiggin, Earth's aged hegemon, recognizes Ender's writings, prompting his brother to author The Hegemon. Both books, under the pseudonym Speaker for the Dead, spawn a movement investigating and eulogizing individuals posthumously. 3 millennia later, across the 100 worlds ruled by Stairways Congress, the Lusitania colony arises on a planet inhabited by sentient forest dwellers, the Pequeninos. Scientists study them cautiously wary of repeating past mistakes with the Formics. However, the tragic death of one of its leading xenobiologists puts an abrupt end to the research being conducted, and one of the colonists calls for a speaker for the dead to honor the recently deceased. And Andrew Wiggin, innocuously living on the planet Trondheim, receives this message and decides to travel to Lusitania. Speaker for the Dead is only loosely connected to Ender's Game, if we are being honest, which may disappoint some fans and readers. Therefore, some thought should be put into the reading order, and going simply via publication date might not be the best idea in this series. But as mentioned previously, another video will be dedicated to this topic specifically. Overall, Speaker for the Dead is still worth a read. For one, the existence of FTL communication and relativistic near-FTL travel is a reasonably unique setting in its own right, with interesting dynamics related to simultaneity, a person's age, and interstellar governance. Furthermore, exploring the encounter with the alien Pequeninos prompts contemplation on the nuanced approach needed for first contact, akin to the methodologies employed by behavioral scientists studying intelligent animals. This concept underscores the potential for significant misunderstandings between humans and aliens, stemming from radically different biological evolutions and the resulting cultures. In addition, the personal trauma and internal struggle that Ender experiences in the aftermath of the xenocide become palpable, revealing the profound impact of such events on an individual level. It is thus only fitting that Ender himself is the reason for the transformation of his image as a war hero into a perceived war criminal due to the societal shift in opinion about the Formic xenocide, mostly caused by the book The Hive Queen. While some of the relationship drama experienced by certain characters verges on tiring, it nevertheless is only a minor caveat. Hence, anyone interested in imaginative and creative science fiction should give Speaker for the Dead a try. If you liked this video, you may also enjoy the other reviews and content on my channel. Feel free to leave a comment if you want to discuss the novels or if you want to suggest other books that I should review in the future. Please consider upvoting and subscribing, it is much appreciated. Thank you for watching, and until next time.